Hi, I'm Alfonso Guerra, known online as Hypernikides, and this is the very first Software Engineering for Geniuses brief. How to survive the Agile apocalypse. The Agile movement is so popular in software and tech that it's spread to other industries. Agile healthcare, Agile science, research and education, Agile food, and even Agile filmmaking. Yes, so many industries and companies have recognized the potential for Agile that they market themselves and their products as Agile. In fact, your organization can even adopt Agile practices to manage its own marketing. Available now in both original and lean flavors, and supported by a vast array of familiar Agile buzzwords and rituals. There's even an Agile marketing manifesto. Yes, it's a real thing. To help you separate the wheat from the chaff, the real experts from the cons, I'll share with you 3 probing questions for you to ask anyone who claims to have the Agile solution for you. First, what is and isn't Agile? Second, does this task or practice make us more Agile, or is it a ritual? Third, what is the one thing to get right to actually be Agile? So what is Agile? How can we tell when we're Agile and when we're not? Let's look at some examples.
Gatlin got a good enough start. Bob was a bit slow to begin. He's got some work to do. Gatlin's in front. Bob stretching out now. He's after him. He's immortal now.
So what did we see? We saw that those people and objects that are able to change direction quickly are Agile, and those which follow a single trajectory are not, regardless how fast they are. If they can't quickly change course or direction, they aren't Agile. And for the examples that we saw here, they didn't need to be. Now for the second question. Does this task or practice make us more Agile, or is it a ritual? Having multiple sprints or iterations over the course of development, rather than a single release at the end, is useful by providing us customer feedback that will help keep the project on track. However, it's useful if we're able to respond quickly to that feedback. The longer it takes for that feedback to make it into a release, the less likely that the organization is Agile. The daily stand-up is a great tool for sharing information quickly among team members, but it's still going to take time for that information to result in new deliverables. The same thing is also true for pair or mob programming. Pair programming allows developers to share information. It's a great communication tool, but it makes no guarantees on how quickly the developers will be able to make their changes into the next version. Which brings us to the final question. What is the one thing to get right to actually be Agile? And you may have already figured it out based on the previous answers. The code. The code is the single most important thing that's going to determine whether you're actually Agile or not. The harder it is for developers to make changes to the code, the harder it is for the team to be Agile. That's the thing you have to get right. Everything else comes after that. Sprints are wasteful if they're shorter than the time it takes for feedback to make it into the next release. Getting the code to change is the biggest obstacle to changing direction. Code that is difficult to change is the biggest bottleneck to Agile methodologies. It's the one thing that will slow everything else down. So let's look at one last comparison between Agile and not. Thank you for watching this Software Engineering for Geniuses brief. Hit subscribe to catch future briefs and other videos, and like and comment below as you see fit. Thank you.